and all these on that option. Get the mask on my face like a catch. Don't call my phone unless you tryna cop. I'll pull up and serve you well.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Room.com and wherever else. And guys, we got a lot to talk about. The first thing we gotta talk about is obviously the Panthers took an L to the Bears. So we gotta talk about that, and we gotta talk about a horrible play a certain person did. We'll get into that. The other thing we gotta talk about is Christian McCaffrey and when he's gonna come back. And finally, I'm gonna talk about my prediction for the upcoming game of the Panthers against the Saints. So we got a lot to talk about today, guys. So let's get started. So the first thing we gotta talk about is the Carolina Panthers losing to the Chicago Bears. Now, if you watch my live stream, you see my initial reaction. I was pretty upset. Obviously, the Panthers lost this game, and the defense did a pretty good job holding them to 23 points. It wasn't like a blowout or anything like that. I don't think the defense did anything too egregious. Nick Foles played, all right. But for the most part, the blame has to go on the quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. And this is why, okay, look. And people gonna be like, oh, well, you're just waiting for Teddy Bridgewater to mess up. No, it wasn't that I was waiting. I seen that this offense is very high-powered because Joe Brady came from LSU, which was a high-powered offense. Joe Brady's taking kind of the Saints system, into Carolina. It's very similar. Obviously, he learned some things he was a Saint assistant, whatever, not assistant, coach, but one of them Gophers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he went and got coffee and stuff like that. But he learned some things while he was there. So the offense, I expect to be potent, which it has been. But the thing is that when the Panthers play a competent team, meaning that the Bears are, I think, 5-1 now, but they're not a great team. We could beat the Bears. The defense is very good, but they got an okay quarterback. Nick Foles is not great, but he's okay. And that's where I see the Panthers run into issues. Yes, the team is going to be, okay, but when you play against the heavy hitters, and mind you, we got arguably two of them in our own division, that's where we're going to run into issues. A very dominant defense that was hassling Teddy Bridgewater all day, plus Teddy Bridgewater made a crucial mistake at the end of the game. We got the ball back, we're on our final drive, and the first play of the drive, he threw an interception. Teddy Bridgewater, I think we lost about 7 points. This loss was his fault. He had 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I think he went 16 for 29 or something like that. 16 for 29. And he just didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? Most of the big yards plays were because of receivers. I think he threw a pass to DJ Moore. He took some yardage. So it's not like Teddy played a great game. He didn't. He didn't really play a good game at all. He threw 2 interceptions. He turned the ball over. And that's the stuff I'm talking about. He's not a bad quarterback. But it's the games where you got to do a game-winning drive. Or it's the games where, okay, we need the game rests on you and not the system. That's where I don't trust Teddy. That's where I'm like, okay, I don't think Teddy can do it. When Teddy's in a good situation, everything, the game's flowing the way he wants it to flow, he's good. But when you're talking about the upper echelon teams, the elite teams, he cannot do that for you. And you need a quarterback. Russell Wilson, we've seen him do a game-winning drive. We've seen Cam do game-winning drives. We've seen top players do game-winning drives. Teddy cannot do that, in my opinion. He cannot, I can't say he can't do it with consistency. And that's what you need. You need consistency because at the end of the day, there's always been a time where you need a game-winning drive, where you need sustained drives. And I don't see Teddy doing that. So the Panthers lost to the Bears, which I said they were going to lose to the Bears. I expected it because the Bears' defense is so good. And I expected Teddy not to look great, which he didn't. So it's nothing, nothing I expect, but it is upsetting because we had an opportunity to win the game late and Teddy squandered it away. The worst thing about this, obviously, and it's the second thing I want to talk about, is that Christian McCaffrey is not due back yet. Christian McCaffrey obviously is our best player. Mike Davis has been doing a very good job, in his replacement. But let's be honest, Christian brings something to the field that can be quantified. Now, do I think Mike Davis is a better, running back? Yes. But Christian's route running, his running back skills, you know what I'm saying, his football IQ, he is a dynamic player. Now, I think it should be a 1-2 punch, but Mike Davis, he's very good, but I think he's better in goal line situations. He'll be really good, you know what I'm saying, in that situation. But for the most part, Christian McCaffrey's a game changer, man. He can run routes out wide if he wants to. Literally, he could be a receiver if he wants to. He could be a Julian Edelman or a Wes Welker, but he's also a very good running back, and he just brings another dynamic to the team that would, you know, generate positive, you know, effects on the team. And since he's not due to be back yet, because obviously the high ankle sprain, they're trying to get him back, and they say he might be ready, but they don't want to. They want to be like cautious with him, which is understandable because you just gave him a huge contract. So Christian is not due back, and we have a very tough matchup coming up. So for me, it's like, okay, I like Mike Davis a lot. I think Mike Davis is a very good player, but Christian McCaffrey is a game changer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people to forget how dominant Christian was last year, or how dominant he was, you know, just this year. You know what I'm saying? With the catching and the running and everything like that. So with Christian McCaffrey not being back, and again, he just brings another dynamic. Curtis Samuel was hurt last game, and we don't know what his situation is. And the other thing is that all these players are getting, you know, COVID and all this stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to go on. It's a lot of stuff that the Panthers are dealing with. Justin Burris got put on IR. You know what I'm saying? I think Joey Slide got put on COVID list. So it's a lot of injuries and sickness and stuff like that going on with the Panthers right now, which is not good for a team that's coming off a loss. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that whole thing plays out. And finally, I got to tell you what I think about the next game, man. So we're playing the New Orleans Saints, which is not a good matchup for us. One, because the Saints defense is pretty good. Obviously, Marshawn Lattimore is a very good corner. Cameron Jordan is still on that defense. And they have a, you know, good pass rush, good linebacking, DeMario Davis. They got a good linebacking core. And they got Malcolm Jenkins back there. They got a good defense, you know what I'm saying? And they also have a very high-powered offense. Most likely Michael Thomas will be playing. I mean, obviously, I think he didn't play last game because he punched the guy, whatever. But he'll probably be playing this game. And for the most part, we're going to have some issues. I don't think that this is going to be a game that we can win. I mean, it's possible. You know, it's a divisional rival. But with this situation, now, mind you, and the other problem is, like, because Joe Brady came from the Saints system, a lot of things he did, he took from the Saints. And you can say, yes, he also learned from the Saints and can see what their weaknesses are. But Sean Payton's a very good head coach, and he would probably know that, okay, this is one of my weaknesses, this we're going to probably attack. So, for me, like, I think the Panthers are going to lose this game. I think, you know, we're not equipped yet, especially with Christian out, to win this game. This is a game that you need all your horses, man. You need every horse in your stable because obviously the Saints have been a big brother for us for the last few, like 2-3 years. So for me, it's sad, but, you know, and I cannot stand the Saints, but I don't see us win this game. I think the Saints get it. I think it's going to be fairly handily, too. It's probably going to be like 31-15. I just think, I like Robbie Anderson. I like DJ Moore. I think they're very good, you know, receivers. I like, you know, our O-line, but our O-line was kind of, you know, exposed a little bit. They was getting pressure on Teddy last game, and he'll turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously he tries not to, but, you know, when you have a very good defense, they'll find a way to make turnovers. And he had 2 turnovers last game. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. And plus, the biggest aspect is Sean Payton knows this offense because it's partly his offense. So he knows the strengths and weaknesses. And you can say Joe Brady knows the strengths and weaknesses too. But again, Sean Payton is a very good head coach. He knows what he's doing. And, you know, I don't know. So for me, I think this, like I said, is going to be 31-15. And we're going to be 3-4. So that sucks, but it is what it is, man. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram, and YOOOOO.com, and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the Saints game. Do you think it's a win or loss? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, for all the people who are saying, "Oh, Teddy Bridgewater is going to keep on proving you wrong," we'll see. Because I had a lot of people getting on me because my takes on Teddy Bridgewater. And like I said, I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is a bad player. I just think he's average and not a great player. And that's how I feel. I feel like Cam Newton is a great player, especially if you give him weapons. But that's not here nor there. So definitely make sure you like, share, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, everything like that. Check out my dog Ron Stevens channel. Very funny, very talented. Think you guys really like his stuff. And, you know what I'm saying, check out my podcast. You know, I'm dropping a new podcast this week. So definitely check that out. There'll be a video and an audio. The audio you can check out on Anchor. I will drop a video on YouTube. Also, it's just gonna be me on this one, I think so. But I got other collaborations in work, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for showing love. I'm rocking with y'all. Make sure y'all tune into the live streams, man. I'm gonna see y'all next time.